Oh,
I'm almost finished the sculpture here. This is a sculpture that honors the veterans. It's a very, very unique monument that basically tells a story. And at the front of the piece here, what you have is a battle scene, and I chose the World War II when the American troops came to liberate Europe. That's one of the most greatest forces of Americans ever to gather and to conquer and save a country. So here you see from the distance the boats of the soldiers coming. I have many different soldiers here coming into a war-torn environment. You can see there's a Sherman tank. This is a war-torn environment in Europe. I basically can envision it being France or Italy, any place in Europe. The buildings are pretty generic. But as the figures come down to up to the foreground, you have one solitary figure here who is presented a flower to the soldier here, or this girl is presenting a flower to the soldier. And apparently this happened quite a bit in Europe when the troops liberated a village or a city. All the children would go out and give flowers to the troops. So I thought that would be a very symbolic gesture here. It's kind of an idea of thankfulness and gratitude. And so it's interesting here because I don't only have one figure, I have a lot of figures to kind of show the vast amount of troops that America had overseas. I even had airplanes up here and some naval vessels here because I wanted to include all elements of the military, not just the infantry. Another opportunity with having the different figures is I have different expressions. I have figures that look fearless, some that look exhausted. You can see this person here is wounded. And with this part of the piece, what I did was I actually received photographs of different people, actual soldiers that from different wars that I put their faces as best I could in some of these faces here. So from my experience, it was amazing because when I'm sculpting, I'm looking at real American soldiers that fought, and it was very meaningful for me to do that. And so you have here the troops coming down. The focal point is the scene of the little girl giving thanks in the form of a flower to the soldier. When this is done in the bronze, I'll have that patine red. The rest of it will be bronze, so your eye will go right to that flower because that's almost the center point of the piece. But surrounding this scene, framing this scene, is an eagle. And the eagle is a symbol of valor, it's a symbol of glory, and also it's a symbol of strength. So I created a whole landscape here in this piece. And I'm very happy with it. Ideally, the piece should be 20 feet because I could put more and more detail. The problem with this piece was I wanted to put so many more faces in this. Unfortunately, I didn't have room to do that. But hopefully this will be a model for a huge version, 20 feet, 30 feet I can envision. Now if you come around to the back here, you can actually step over there and get a distant shot here. Behind the sculpture is basically what the Americans left behind. A similar village to the front, but a village that is now restored. A peaceful, tranquil seascape with boats and a country scene that is restored to its former beauty and safety. And here you have a symbolic cross of a church. You have people playing. Again, it's very difficult to get this detail. You can maybe zoom it up a little bit with your camera. But if it was a larger piece, I could get a lot more detail in it. But here at the foreground, you have, again, also what the troops left behind. and that's the sacrifice, the soldiers that actually sacrificed their lives to restore this peaceful scene. So here, just like the other side where you have plenty of troops, you have now plenty of crosses to symbolize the sacrifice and the figures or the soldiers that were left behind. But again, on the other side, you have a foreground of one single figure. Here you have in the foreground one solitary cross. And at the foot of the cross is a rose. And the idea of having a rose there is connecting the backside to the front side, as if the little girl now is grown up and still shows that gratitude and that thankfulness and lays a solitary flower at the foot of the cross. So this sculpture tells a story, and where at the front of the piece you have the eagle, here you have the dove of peace whose wings actually hold this very peaceful scene. And so what I love about this piece is it's not a piece that you look at once and you walk away. This is a piece that you can meditate with, you can look, you can think about it. It also, again, like a lot of my artwork, is sequential. It has a beginning and an end, just like a movie. And so it was great doing this piece. For me, it was an absolute honor to basically celebrate the soldiers and the men that actually sacrificed so much to restore peace in the world. And that's about it, but I love it. Wendy, are you still photographing here? Now you can see there the ships. The city, the perspective was difficult here. You have kids playing ball, old woman. Where's the old woman? I don't know. There you have the baby carriage. There you can turn it off now. When do you turn it off?